Hello everyone, this is Rosemary, and it's going to be a walkthrough of this junk journal that I made from junk mail. And you're going to be seeing that I used a lot of business reply envelopes to make these embellishments. And I made a tutorial a few months ago where I show you how you can make these, and now you're going to be seeing them, how they are put into a junk journal. So in this swap, you were supposed to use junk mail, and what I used were the envelopes. My husband now has a shredder, so a lot of our mail has been shredded. So as you can see, one of the things I featured are the windows in these envelopes, and this is a very large one. It was covered with napkin decoupage. The closure is a ribbon tie. There you see some lace here on the spine, and this is the back of the journal. So, and you can see right there is part of the business envelope about important documents enclosed. So, and you can see there's a tag here, and when you pull it out, there's another picture underneath it. So again, the new owner can put something in there. She can put the tag, it's up to her. And I decided to do a little bit more embellishment with some little fairies that I had left over from a prior journal. So here we go. I used, you were allowed to use scrap paper. And I usually have a lot of these about 3-inch strips, which I used. Now, in the spirit of junk journals, I covered a lot of the ads. You know, they're like postcards and I just covered them with some notebook paper. You know how you have notebook paper and in a spiral notebook, and you have a few 20 pages? Well, I used them, covered the printing. You can just kind of barely see it, and then I napkin decoupaged the tags. So all my tags are made in that style. So again, you can see the napkin decoupage, which I use throughout this journal. This tag also, same idea as I have explained. This little pocket I received in a swap, and it says the story begins. And here is an example of all these little fairies I had that you will see sprinkled throughout this journal. Again, if you look through this, what I did with many of the pages, the mail, like the flyers, had blank pages. If one of the pages was blank, I put it in, and then this was gessoed, and I received some end of the year, you know, like stock reports, and there are some pages that are so thin, they're almost like tissue paper, and I decoupaged them over the writing to hide it. So you can kind of see it right there, but this has one of those tissue-like papers. And again, as I said, the tags. So I was using up all my scraps napkins, which I have a box of. And so here we come to this. And this right here is a business reply envelope that I split in half. Here is a pocket where this little tag goes in. And this is another little tag, and you can see I just kind of did some collaging, and same idea. Now, this little paper clip I received in one of the junk journal swaps also. But here's this envelope. Here you can see how this page was just split down, and you can see it's also a window inside. This window, you can see the flower on the other side. And this is, again, an embellished envelope I received in a swap. And I'm trying to use them because I don't want to be hoarding. Because I have so much stuff. And the reason I used it is through this window you can see So Happy. So I like to play with that. This is some paper from a planner. It was like a paper pad that I used. I just used 2 of them. Again, a little, you know, embellishment there. A gnome, a little woman gnome. And here is paper intentionally left blank that I'm telling you I used. Decoupaged that, and you can see how it was put over another, some junk mail, and it kind of makes it kind of interesting, and then I napkin decoupaged on top of that. My friend Mary Lou gave me, she was cleaning out her scrap room, and she gave me these stickers. So you're going to see how I used them. And here is, and there are 6 of these envelopes that I used as windows, because you're going to see there's 6 large tags sticking out. And because I was using them, I decided to embellish the pages by sewing. So as you pull it out, there you see another picture, because I had to hide the address that was there. And so you get a picture inside a picture. And this is a magazine, and there you see a doily I'm collaging. And I even collaged on the back with papers. I guess you can call them Franken pages. But anyway, here they are, and they go in. They're these long tags, which you can use them right to keep innermost interesting and secrets, and then you see how it's a frame. It's a picture frame there. And again, I wanted to, because one of the things about using junk mail is it's going to be bulkier than a normal journal. And so I brought out my stencils, and I really like that effect. Here's a bag, and I had this doily with napkin decoupaged in it, and inside again there's some paper, a card, and a heart that will go in there so the new owner can use it. Again, playing with the stencils, and stenciling does quite a bit. And this, like I said, this was a little piece of paper I had left over. Someone had given me this that I used as a pocket. It was just a strip. And then here is a fairy printout. And this is, again, all this is made from junk mail. So if you don't have cardstock, it just is a little bit more work. Get out a pad of notebook paper, and like I said, I like to use napkins because they go a long way. Now this page here, I think this is such a pretty spread right here. You can see the tags. The tags, the die cuts are made out of junk mail, as you can see in the back. And this green was also junk mail. And the reason this belly band is here is because there's writing down the middle. You never would guess. And it is a side-loading pocket. You can see, so I left that on purpose so that people can see it is junk mail that is being used. And I think this is just such a pretty page with the belly bands and the flowers, all from junk mail, just leftovers. And this is a paper pad. I bought it Tuesday morning, and I just liked it because I like the flower, and it just lends itself so many different ways. Here's another one of those envelopes, and this was just a 2-inch strip of scrap paper I had left over. You see the frame, very similar to the last tag. My mother saved me these magazine pages, and they were really pretty. So, you know, after floating around my stash, and there they go. So here's another set of envelopes. And like I said, you're starting to see how they are being used in a journal instead of just seeing them in isolation like this, which you saw in my tutorial. And I just put this napkin here because it was just pretty. And here's these are stamps. Thank you, Mary Lou. And on this, I glued one of these. That's what this is. It's glued and it's hiding all this print. So here's the tag, and you see the napkin decoupage. This was one of the few tags. I had some paper left over so this is a tag. It's nice and thin, doesn't have all the bulk. The writing, I put some more napkin decoupage to camouflage some of the writing there. And so this is how you can use those business envelopes. And when you put the tags in, it's really a really pretty page, wouldn't you say? All made out of these envelopes that you just get rid of all the time. Again, I put these in because they made me laugh. This page was intentionally left blank. So I stenciled. I had a little bit of punch paper. This is a stamp I picked up at a thrift, and then a little rectangle that I put this little fairy, so totally just leftovers. And you can see how the stitching just finishes the pages. This is the center of the signature, so it's very thick, and it's only about 10 pages folded in half. So this is a napkin. This is an envelope where a greeting card came. And again, this is the other side, the center of this signature. And live life in full bloom. So there you see the center. Stenciling. And this is one of those pockets. I don't know why I never thought of stenciling inside of it. You could do your writing, and then you see a little bit more stenciling and the tags. So you can see the pages are being filled and decorated. And these are some stickers right here. I had to reinforce them with glue, and they are left blank. This is a fun one that I found. Get them while they're hot. And I left this blank so that you can see this is what they start off as before I cover them up. So this is the kind of junk mail we often throw away, and with just a little bit of, glue and some notebook paper that you probably aren't using, and there they go. Here it is. There's another pocket there. More stamps. This is a die cut I had left over, a little gnome and some stenciling. This is, again, I think this is like the sixth? I don't know, the fifth. Well, I can count them. You can see how many of these I have here. I thought there were 6. And you see this is, again, one of those envelopes. And the tags I found, I kind of like that they get the matching part of the envelope of the napkin. You can see the pocket is leftover stamps, and again some junk mail, and you pull it out. It's okay that the lines are showing as far as I'm concerned. And again, this might be the 6th tag that I've been pulling them out. So, and then the stenciling. Here's the bag. I don't know, I might add some, this is just a flap from one of the envelopes, and I might add some lace. This was a tag, and you can see this is an envelope, and I used this from some Happy Mail, and I put it in, and again, stenciling the little fairy. They were just kind of fun. They were floating in my stash. Here is a tiny little envelope, a little tag that goes in there. And the envelope, again, you can just see it's just scrap paper. So this is a wonderful way of using up your stuff. And then we come to this, and you can see it's a letter from my car company. And it is a napkin decoupage. It can go like this, but it's an optical illusion because part of it is a pocket. And so there we go. Here is that notepad that it can just stand by itself like that, or use it as a pocket. And again, this napkin I received in a swap. This is die cut. I glued it away so it's a little tag holder. And so that is, this whole journal is made out of junk mail. Stenciling, napkin decoupage, a few strips of scrap paper, and a lot of glue. And you can see it makes a really adorable junk journal. So again, don't throw away these envelopes. I collect them, then I fold them, I decorate them, and then I put them in journals. So again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you again.